If there is no doubts, we'll continue the session. Okay, so let me start the virtual machine. So what is the shortcut to open SQL Server Management Studio for 2005?
SQL workbook,
SQL?
SQL WB,
Yeah.
SQL
WB.
WB
Okay,
workbook.
okay. So what is the shortcut for opening SQL Server Management Studio from 2008 onwards?
SSMS.
SSMS.
Okay, SSMS. Okay, so can I connect my lower version SQL Server instance into higher version Management Studio?
Yes, we can.
Yes, but
But
whatever new features are not updated in lower version.
mhm, okay, can I connect my higher version SQL Server in lower version Management Studio?
Yes, we can.
Any conditions apply?
No conditions.
No conditions. Okay, fine. Okay then. So yesterday we have discussed like we can connect we can connect lower version instance into higher version Management Studio. But there is no issues. Why? Because your instance is lower version. Your Management Studio is higher version. Okay. You are saying that you people are saying that there is a condition. What is that condition? Lower version features you cannot see in the higher version Management Studio. No, you can see lower version
Higher
features.
version.
Yes, okay. Lower version features we can see in the higher version Management Studio. Okay. If you are connecting a higher version SQL Server into the lower version Management Studio, here if the SQL Server is higher version, if the SQL Server is lower version, if the Management Studio is higher version, no issues, everything will work fine. If your SQL Server is higher version and if your Management Studio is lower version, in that case higher version features you cannot see in the lower version Management Studio. Clear? Right. So how many services are going to be installed if you install a SQL Server? Total how many services are going to be
6.
installed? Okay, so what are the
6.
services? Yeah, can anyone tell me the services names?
SQL Engine,
Okay,
browser,
Agent, SQL Server agent.
okay,
full text service,
okay.
books online,
Books online. Books
Active
online.
browser.
Directory help.
Okay, books online is not a service, it's a feature. Okay, books online is a feature. You have to install, you have to select books online while installing SQL Server, but it's not a service. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
okay. So what else?
Active
Okay,
Directory helper.
Active Directory Helper. Okay, fine. Okay, so if anyone install, you can open in the services.ms and you can check. Okay, so the first service is main service, which is SQL Server Database Engine service, then agent service, then SQL Server browser service, then Active Directory Helper, okay, VSS Writer, okay, and one more service,
Full text.
full text service. Okay, so these are all the 6 services that will be installed once you install the SQL Server. In these 6 services, how many are shared, how many are specific services?
3 are shared, 3 are
Very good. Okay, 3 are shared services, 3 are specific services. Okay, so let me add one more point to that discussion. Okay, so what is meant by instance aware services? What is meant by instance unaware services? What is meant by instance aware and instance unaware? Okay, so the same thing. The specific services are called instance aware services. Okay, the terminology in the interview, they will not ask what is specific service, what are shared service. Okay, they will ask what is instance aware service, what is instance unaware services. Okay, so instance aware service means specific services are called instance aware services. How many instance aware services will be there?
3.
3 instance aware services. What are those 3 instance aware services?
SQL Server Engine,
Okay,
full text service,
very good.
agent service.
Agent service. These 3 are specific services. How to identify the specific services?
Don't have brackets name.
Okay, so instance name will not be there in the, sorry, instance name will be there. Okay, for specific services, instance name will be there in the brackets. Okay, for shared services, you won't find any name in the brackets. Okay, that is the difference between your instance aware services and instance unaware services. What are those instance unaware services?
Browser,
Browser service, very good.
VSS
Browser service,
helper,
helper service, Active Directory Helper, and ESS Writer.
Right.
Okay, so those are all instance aware services. Okay, right. So if you install analysis services, okay, if you install analysis services, we have a document for this. I guess I have sent this document to all of you. Okay, if anyone don't receive, just let me know. I'll again send this document. Okay, so instance aware services, the instance aware services are specific to particular instance of SQL Server. If we install multiple instances, you will get multiple copies of aware services. Okay, if you install multiple instances, you will get multiple copies of instance aware services. What are the instance aware services? SQL Server, SQL Server agent, and full text service are aware services. Okay, even analysis services. So we can install analysis services by using SQL Server. We can install reporting services by using SQL Server. We can install integration services by using SQL Server. These 3 are extra features in the SQL Server: analysis services, integration services, and reporting services. These 3 services we are going to call it as a BIDS. BIDS, BIDS. BIDS means Business Intelligence Development Studio. Okay, BIDS, Business Intelligence Development Studio. Okay, what are those services? Integration services, SSIS; reporting services, SSRS; analysis services, SSAS, SSAS, SSRS, SSIS. These 3 services are called Business Intelligence Development Studio, BIDS. Okay, if anyone interested in this BIDS course, there is a separate course like 2 months or 3 months course will be there for applying business analyst. Okay, if you want to grow your career as a business analyst, then you have to learn this course. Very difficult course. Okay, a lot of packages and all will be there, right? But as a DBA, what we will do, okay, if any issue is there with the analysis services, integration services, reporting services, then we are going to fix that issue. Say for example, if sometimes if you reboot the server, integration services will be down, you have to you have to restart that integration services or reporting services or analysis services. Okay, And of course, as a DBA, you have to install. No one are going to install. Even business analyst is also not going to install these services. As a SQL DBA, you have to install this SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. Okay, that is your responsibility, and you have to configure this reporting services. SSIS, SSAS, nothing to configure, but reporting services, you have to configure the reporting services. Installing this reporting services, integration services, and analysis services is not so difficult once you just open the software. While selecting the features, you can select your SSAS, SSRS, SSIS, but not for all the instances. Client will specifically mention, I need SSIS for this server, I need SSAS for this server, I need SSRS for this servers. If client mentioned, if he needs any specific services like RSAS and IS, then only we have to select that feature. How to configure reporting services in each and every organization, there will be a separate document for configuring reporting services. Okay, there you can find the URL, there you can find the port number, nothing, it's not a big difficult thing. It's just simply self-learn course. You can simply like how you're installing SQL Server, like that only. But you have to get some details from the organization or from your seniors, okay, or from your colleagues. They will tell you, or else they will forward one document for installing and setting up the reporting services. Just go through the document and just proceed with that. How like they will in the document clearly mentioned with the screenshots and all. Simply select those options and configure the reporting services. So in SSIS, RSAS, two services are sorry, yeah, two services are specific services. What are those two? Analysis services and reporting services are specific services. Means in each server there are multiple copies of analysis services and multiple copies of reporting services for each instance. Imagine you have three instances. Client asked to install analysis services for these three instances. Then you will get three analysis services. In the brackets you will get instance name for each instance. Okay, in the same way, reporting services also instance aware service. So whenever you install multiple copies of SQL servers, whenever you install multiple copies of reporting services, usually you will get multiple copies of multiple services of reporting services. Again, in the brackets, you can see this service belongs to this instance, this service belongs to this instance. Like that, to identify, you can see the instance name in the brackets. So in three, analysis services and reporting services are specific services, whereas okay, integration service is a unaware service. Integration service is an unaware service, means how many instances are there, you can see only one integration service, you cannot see multiple integration services. If you install 50 instances also, okay, of course we have to install integration services. Why? Because our maintenance plans and all will work with this integration services. Sometimes inbuilt integration services will come, no need to install separately. Sometimes client will ask you to install integration services. But even though if you have multiple copies of instances, you can see only one integration service. Why? Because integration services are shared services. Specific services are aware services, shared services are instance unaware services. So the terminology is very important. If anyone asked, okay, what is instance aware, instance unaware, then you have to okay answer these, okay, this services and all. Okay, the instance unaware services are shared among all installed SQL server instances. Okay, so you can see only one copy of each service for instance unaware services. Clear? Any issue, any doubts? This is all about your services. Okay, right. Now what I'll do today, I'll just take a session on management studio. Okay, right. So let me open management studio. How to open? You can open Windows R. Okay, and you can open type SQL WB for 2005 and SSMS for 2008, 8R2, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19. Right. So what are the SQL Server versions? Can anyone tell me what are the SQL Server versions?
SQL Server 97,
Okay.
2000,
Okay.
2003,
Okay.
2005,
Okay.
2008,
Okay.
8 R2,
Mm-hmm.
2012,
Okay.
14,
Mm-hmm.
16, 17, 19.
Mm-hmm. Can anyone correct his answer? Sorry. 2012 version R2, huh? Okay. Okay, so tomorrow I'll ask you, okay? Tomorrow I'll ask you what are the SQL Server versions. Why? Because if you are keeping 3 years, 4 years, 5 years experience, if we don't know what are the versions of the SQL Server, it will be difficult thing, okay? There is no SQL Server 2003. There is no SQL Server 2012 R2, okay? SQL Server 2097, you can leave 97, no one is using 97 now. SQL Server 2000, 2005, 2008, 8R2, 2012, 2014, 2016, 2017, 2019. What are the Windows Server versions? Can anyone tell me? Windows Server versions. Okay, tomorrow, the beginning. Okay, tomorrow at the beginning of the class itself, I will ask the SQL Server versions, Windows Server versions. Okay, build numbers. We have a class on build numbers, right? How to identify build number, what is a build number, okay, how to identify a version of the SQL Server using build number, okay. So I'll ask those, okay, basics tomorrow in the beginning of the, not tomorrow, I mean next week in the beginning of the class itself I'll ask, okay. Right. So this is your Management Studio 2005. Okay. So you can see here, this is your Management Studio SQL Server 2005. And here, make sure you have selected database engine. Why? Because we have already discussed SQL Server Management Studio can be used to connect analysis services, reporting services, integration services. Okay. So that's why here server type should be database engine. Database engine means as a DBA we have to work on database engine. Database engine is an engine of the SQL Server. Okay, even analysis services, reporting services, okay, integration services, all services will be worked on this database engine only. That is an engine of the SQL Server. If engine is not working, nothing is going to work. I have a question. If my SQL Server is down, if my SQL Server database engine is not running, can I open Management Studio?
No,
I can open Management Studio, but very good. Okay, so yes, I can open Management Studio. What is there? It's a different tool. Okay, don't think like it's a part of, yes, it's a part of SQL Server only, but it's just to connect to the server. We are going to use Management Studio to connect to the server, right? So if even though your database engine is not running, you can open the Management Studio, but you cannot connect to the server. Okay, right. So make sure server type is database engine. We are going to work on database engine only, right? Here we have to mention the server name. Can anyone tell me what will be the server name?
computer name.
Computer name. Very good. How to check the computer name? Sorry,
Every count.
MS Info 32. Ah, okay. MS Info 32. Very good. Like this also we can check the computer name. Okay, here you can see system name. Okay, this is one way. Okay, any other way? Control panel. Okay, this PC, if you go to this PC or my computer, you can find the computer name.
Properties.
Okay, here also we can find the properties of this particular my computer. Okay, my computer properties, there also we can find the computer name. This is your computer name, fully computer name. This is fully qualified domain name. Okay, I'll tell you the difference between computer name and the full computer name. Okay, not now, after 1 month, once we have configured Active Directory, then you can see the difference between computer name and fully qualified domain name. Okay, right. So now let me close this also. As a DBS, we are not going to work, we are not going to check the server name like this. Okay, the professional way is open command prompt, Okay, and we have a command for this. What is that command? Host name. Okay, so host name, you have to type host name, then you can see the computer name and copy this mark. You know how to copy in the command prompt, right? You cannot see copy option. Okay, you cannot see copy option. Right click, you can see only mark option. Just click on mark, just select which item you want to copy. There is no copy button, just hit enter. Hit enter button, it will copy the thing. Okay, just hit enter button. Now it was copied, now the name is copied. Go to here. Okay, just control V, you can paste the server name, right? So authentication mode, how many types of authentication modes are there?
Two types.
Two types of authentication mode: Windows authentication mode, SQL Server authentication mode. You will get a better picture, better clarity in the security concept. Okay, in security, if you go to security, I'll explain clearly with the diagrams what Windows authentication will do, what SQL Server authentication will do, how Windows authentication will connect, how SQL Server authentication will connect. Okay, right. As of now, we are going to um, connect using Windows authentication. Why? Because while installing, we have selected Windows authentication, right? So now I am going to connect with the Windows authentication mode, right? So if I just click connect button, if you select Windows authentication, you no need to give username and a password. Then which user will connect to the SQL server? If we don't give
Admin.
username, admin, okay. So admin will connect, okay, fine. Right. Now I just logged in as a Madhu. I just logged into my server as a Madhu and I open this management studio and I am trying to connect. Which user will connect to the management studio or SQL server? Now I just logged in as a administrator. Okay. But if I log off and if I logged in as a Madhu or Srinivas or Ram, in that case, which user will connect to the SQL server? Okay, so with which user I just logged into the machine? With which user I just logged into the machine? Okay, that user will be connected. I just logged into the machine as an administrator. Okay, you can see the user. Okay, user means like who connected to the server. Here you can see now administrator is connected. If I connected as a Madhu, you can see Madhu here. If I connected as a Ram, you can see Ram here. Srinivas, you can see Srinivas here. Now if I open management studio, imagine I just connected as I just logged into the server as a Madhu. Now you can see the username as computer name slash Madhu here. Now you can see, right, computer name slash administrator. Actually username is there. Okay, but it was disabled, it was grayed out. No, you cannot edit this username if you connect using Windows authentication. So who is connecting? This user is connecting. Administrator is trying to connecting now. Okay, if I am connected, if I am logged in as a Madhu or Srinivas or Ram, your name will come here: computer name slash Madhu, computer name slash Ram, computer name slash Srinivas. Like this the name will come. Okay, so that particular user is going to connect. Okay, right. Now just click on connect button. Okay, once you just click on connect button, you can see, okay, SQL server is connected using administrator connection. Okay, if you expand here, you can see the administrator connection. Okay, here you can see the user, which user is connected. This is your instance name. Okay, there are three parts in this name. Okay, actually this is your instance name, this is your bill number. By using this bill number, you can identify the version of the SQL server, and this is your user, using which connection you have connected to the SQL server. Very important. Okay, this is your user. Usually mostly you are going to connect to the SQL server by using your name, right? So here your name only will be there. Okay, so which user is connected now? Administrator is connected. So like this we can find with which user we have connected to the SQL server, right? So how many ways we can connect to the instance? In how many ways? This is one way. Giving computer name or server name or connecting to the SQL server is one way. Like that, how many ways we can connect to the SQL server? Can anyone tell me any other ways? At least one way. Again, if I want to connect to the instance, click on this connect button, just click on this database engine. Now again, you will get this kind of pop-up, connection pop-up, okay? Right. So what is the other way of connecting to the default instance or any instance? What is the other way? Other way means, right here on behalf of server name, what alternatives I can give to connect to the server? Right,
Dot.
okay. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, dot. Okay, I can give dot. Dot means computer name. Okay, dot is represented as a computer name in the Windows architecture. If you simply give dot, that will automatically registered as a computer name. So simply you can click connect. Okay, dot. So why I'm saying this means sometimes people are going to connect to the SQL servers using this dot. So don't ask what is this task or else what is this dot or else where is the server name. Okay, you can see here there is no server name actually. Server name is there, your computer name is the server name, but you can represent your computer name as a dot. So by using dot he connected. So in that case, don't go to him and don't ask where is the server name, then he will came to know that you don't know anything. Okay, this is very basic. Okay, right. Now what is the another way? Sorry.
By using port number, you can also connect it.
By using port number. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, what is the another way? What is the another way of connecting? Okay, so local host also represents the computer name. Local host also represents the computer name. Okay, and we have one more thing, which is, I guess we have discussed this topic earlier, right? What is the another way? We can give just local. Okay, how to give local, not normal local will work like this. If you give, it will not work. Okay, you have to give local in the brackets. This is also represent a computer name. Okay, right. So port number, what is the default port number of the default instance?
1433.
1433. Okay, what is the default port number for a default instance is 1433. Okay, so while connecting you can give computer name comma port number. Okay, while connecting you can give computer name comma port number, but as you are already installed a default instance default port number is 1433. No need to specifically, no need to separately give again 1433 and all. Okay, you can simply connect with the computer name. Okay, right. So these are the four ways. Like this we have 6 or 7 ways you can connect using a network path. Different ways are there, but these are the basic ways. Okay, we have to know this basic ways. These 4 ways are going to connect to the default instance. Named instance, again we have different ways. 3 or 4 ways are there, but you cannot give local like that. Where you can give local, I'll tell you. While connecting named instance, I'll tell you. Okay, in the same way we can connect to the local instance, named instance also, but there is a small change. Okay, right. So I have installed only one instance, but I can see 4 instances. Why like that? Why I can see 4 instances here? Like this you can connect multiple instances in this management studio. Okay, why I can see 4 instances here actually? So I don't have 4 instances, I have only one instance. Okay, I have only one instance, but I just connected in a 4 ways. That's it. So your name is, your official name is maybe Madhu or Srinivas or Ram. Okay, in your home they are going to call, your parents are going to call something Chinna, something Bujji, something. These kind of different pet names are there. If you go to friends, they are going to call with their own pet name. If you go to like maybe would be something is there, right? Lovers, girlfriends, they are going to call with their different names. But At the end of the day, they are calling you only in a different way, right? So in the same way, we have only one instance. We just connected in a different ways. That's it. I don't have any four instances. I have only one instance. I just connected in a different ways. Okay. So these are all we are going to connect to the we are going to connect to the default instance using different names like computer name, dot, localhost, local. These are the different ways of connecting to the default instance, right? Now let me disconnect all these things. Select this instance name, disconnect. Okay, again it was already selected, so simply click on this disconnect. Disconnect, connect, disconnect. Okay, disconnect means you are simply disconnecting from the management studio. Okay, it doesn't stop the SQL server. You are simply connected. Once your work is completed, you are disconnecting. That means that's it. Okay, in the background the SQL service will be up and running. So don't think disconnecting means stopping the services and all. Disconnecting means you are simply disconnecting that particular server from the management studio. That's it, right? Now I want to write some queries. Okay, management studio is going to use for writing some queries and all, right? Creating objects, queries, everything. Our 90% work will be there in the management studio only. So how I want to write queries, how I will write queries, what are the shortcuts? Okay, right. Now let me open a query window. How to open a query window? You can click on this new query window button. That is one way. You can use control plus n button. Control plus n, n means new. Okay, control plus n also will give you a new query window. Okay, so this is your query window, right? This is your object explorer. Object explorer, you can see connected instances, and this is your query window. What and all queries you want to write, you have to write in this query window only. Okay, all right. So now I want to create a database. Okay, now I want to create a database. So for that, what I have to do, I have to write query, right? We can do in a GUI mode, graphical user interface mode. We can write queries also. Remember one thing, query is possible for everything. Graphical user is not possible for everything. Why? Because even though you are using a graphical user interface, SQL server doesn't know that graphical user interface. Okay, your graphical user interface screen means your management studio. Okay, your management studio will change that graphical user interface instructions into a query. It will understand only a query language. It doesn't understand anything. But we may know queries for some of the things, we may not know queries for some of the things. Say for example, if you expand this plus button, if you want to expand the databases, if you click on this plus button also, you are thinking like I am just clicking on the plus button, but whenever you just click on this plus button, there will be one query running in the background. Whenever you just click again on the minus button, there will be one query running on the in the background. Okay, why? Because it doesn't understand. GUI is only for our convenience. Okay, it doesn't understand the GUI. So if you, even if you click on plus or minus, automatically one query will run in the background. Okay, everything query will run in the background, right? So now I want to write, I want to create a database. Okay, database. What is a database? Database is a